Hi, Willpower.
Hey, Laura Meade, how's it going?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
So let's talk about the shows that we're gonna put on in the spring.
Yeah, sounds good. So let me ask you, what are you thinking about? What do you plan to do, and why do you plan to do it this semester?
Those are good questions. I am going to make a play with students, tentatively called "The Lover of Lies,"
I
and
love
I'll. It's a good title,
yeah,
right?
yeah, okay.
I'll tell you why it's called that. I've had a long interest in The Sorcerer's Apprentice, which I think a lot of us know from the Disney film. But The Sorcerer's Apprentice as a story has a really long, excellent, complicated history. And I found out that one of the earliest iterations of the myth is in a book by Lucian of Samosata, a second century Syrian poet and novelist who wrote a piece called The Lover of Lies. And in The Lover of Lies, it's a frame story. In other words, here's like a framing device that can contain a lot of stories. In The Lover of Lies, a friend comes to another friend and says, "Why do people like lies so much? Why are people so into lying?" And the other friend responds, "People are essentially not into lying. People just want to hear excellent stories at the end of the day." And then they go on to tell a bunch of excellent stories. And one of which is The Sorcerer's Apprentice, about a statist relationship, like a teacher and a student, where the teacher supposedly has all the magic and the student tries to steal it and use it to their own best devices. And in the original story, the magic gets out of control and the teacher sort of wags their finger and takes the control back. But I think it's exciting to think about, what if the student takes the control and then kind of runs with it and improves upon it? And then when the teacher finds that out, they help them improve upon it. So I want to develop an original play with students that looks at that framing device, that looks at The Sorcerer's Apprentice, and really, of course, looks at theater on Zoom.
Mhm.
Because what is theater on Zoom? It has a kind of magic to it, right? Like, I could disappear myself right now in this conversation with you. You could disappear yourself. We can come in and come out. It's a kind of a magical space. And when it comes to theater, of course, one wonders, how can we use it to really maintain and even take further the magic of liveness and connectedness that we
Mhm,
feel
mhm.
in a live theater. I want to really explore how we're going to do that on Zoom. And I think the stories that we're going to tell will be ghost stories at the end of the day.
I
So
love it. I love it. Bring on the ghosts. Well, I love this idea you say about connectedness, because for me, any times of great upheaval, which I feel like we're in right now, or these real, crossroads, which I think we are in right now as a nation, oftentimes I think it's good to look to the classics and see how are they wrestling with some of these same issues, but then how do we then push this into today in 2021? So what I want to do is I want to do Romeo and Juliet, and we're going to connect the past to the present to the future. And I've developed this swift edit, which is like under an hour, so it's not like a 2.5 hour thing. And I want to really explore our society, our moment right now, as a kind of a modern day Verona, where different societies, different peoples within the society are at odds with each other through anger, through resentments, past and present, through violence. And so I actually had another idea for something I wanted to do this semester. But as we've kind of been creeping up to October, November, December, I'm like, let's go back to the classics and let's create a robust, exciting, swift, rich, layered, complex production of this great timeless story. So that's kind of what I want to do. I'm going to be looking at contrasts like natural and digital, past and present, different color schemes. And hopefully the foundation of that will again be this rich language. And I also, even though we're going to have pre-existing text, I do want to have some moments where we can do some theater devising. Hopefully that's the idea. So it's going to be mostly this pre-existing text that we're going to infuse with a kind of a modern kind of sensibility. We're also going to have some times to improvise, interact with each other, and hopefully actors can interact with the audience too. Or the Zoom viewers, I don't know what to call it. So that's kind of what we're thinking about. Hey, so what are you looking for? Who are you looking for? What kind of energy or people or performers are you looking for to develop this amazing idea that you have, this ghost story?
Well, like you, I want to do a lot of interaction with the audience. So I'm looking for people that are playful, confident, creative, and who are excited about coming into a rehearsal process and really developing and making this piece together and taking some risks and some chances about what Zoom can really get us at the end of the day theatrically. I'm not looking for super specific types to fill roles. I want to create roles for the ensemble that I end up with.
Mm,
So
mm,
I'm
mm.
looking for people who just want to come in, throw down, say yes, and tell something scary and make something super live, interactive, and fun at the end of the
That
day.
sounds great. Well, I want to
How about you?
audition. You can't be a faculty member and a student at the same time. That's the
Right?
issue because I'd come in and audition for that. Well, good luck with that, Laurel. I know we're going to be connecting, and as we go on these adventure with these theater productions in Zoom this semester. So I hope everyone comes out, and on we go.
Right.
2021.
Yes, indeed. Thanks, Will.
Thank you, Laurel.